Hey guys, I'm Star here, and welcome to 1900 Gary. This is a short RPG that apparently has multiple endings. It is quite hilarious because I was kind of testing it out and I got through a couple of it, and that's why I have a continue. But we're gonna start all over again for you guys, but I can use my continues to do the different endings. So let's get into this so I can show you what it's all about. And it's kind of it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of it's out there. Overland Pond was certainly full of wonders. I grew up here, so I'm pretty well versed in them. There was the square mile field that was full of weeds, all overgrown and yellow, gnats and flies buzzing all around. You could sit down there and you'd be completely concealed. Nobody on the sidewalk was going to see you. Nobody driving up Quivera or West 111th could see you either. That is a really big street name. 111th? How many streets do you have? You could probably hack off there if you wanted to. I tried once after finishing a shift at Subway, but the bugs kept getting in my ears, throwing me off my game. The storm drainage tunnels behind Cobbler's Park. Me and Eduardo found out if you head into them and make two left turns, you come to a sewage drain that was a clear view of my house. He smoked weed from a 7-Up can from that spot. This kid! I guess he's your typical delinquent. Typical. Like, this is what you think of when you think of a delinquent. Some old man was walking in by and started shouting, "Fire! There's a fire in the sewer!" And we ran straight out of there. He looks like an FBI agent, not an old man. He's like, "Oh, maybe there's an alien there. Maybe I should call some attention to it." Oh, but there was one thing that wasn't so wonderful. 1900 Gary. It started as a joke in our group about this dude who used to live in the neighborhood. His name was, you guessed it, Gary. Dude loved his name. He had one of those nameplate necklaces, you know, like in Ratchet Girl culture. Gary in 14 karat gold in a dainty little cursive font. Excuse me. Wow. Gary Vanity license plate. Even his phone number was 1055 Gary. Somebody call that. I dare you. No. Don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't even think you could do that. I didn't even think you could do that. It wasn't just his name he was proud of, though. He also liked to show off his body. Oh, God. No. Nary a Sunday afternoon would pass when you wouldn't see Gary hosing down his sports utility vehicle wearing nothing but a Speedo, shades, his Gary nameplate, a smile. I'm picturing like this half-bald man that's overweight. You know, I have nothing, obviously nothing wrong with that. It's just the image. The image. Oh. One of our friends, Sean, made a bit of a hobby out of making prank telephone calls to 555 Gary. He'd call up and say, "Is this 1900 Gary for all my Gary needs?" Or some crap like that. Gary would get so pissed and Sean would record his reaction and email it to us. He'd do this in the middle of the night, mind you. None of us found Sean's calls particularly clever. But it was funny listening to Gary getting all worked up. He'd say stuff like, "Boy, I'm gonna get you in my trap, and there will be no escape. Because when you mess with Gary, you're playing with fire." Wow, this guy's got problems. Maybe you shouldn't mess with him. One day at school, Sean told us he was going to make the best Gary call yet. He asked us to all be online at midnight so he could make it a conference call. He really wanted us to hear this for some reason. But at midnight? Yes, yes, I know all this. Try them. Multiple endings. Don't be afraid to try different purchase. Upon closer inspection, there's a small amount of soil on the floor around Waldorf spot. The plant's name is Waldorf. At least it's not Wilford. Waldorf. I need to remember to start putting the newspaper down again. Waldorf. Shame on you. Open the closet to find my clothes. clothes are here. Home Shopping Network is on. It's my favorite. Oh my god, he loves the Home Shopping Network. He's every mother's dream come true. This is my favorite poster. It's balls of all shapes and sizes. It looks like the planets to me, sir. Nothing about that. Okay. Book here. Scary Story. The Haunted Cowpoke. Maybe I should give it a quick skim. Sure! Read The Haunted Cowpoke. It was a foggy night in Dodge City when the cowpoke rode into town. Fog was uncommon in Dodge, but there it was. Plain as day, the cowpoke didn't pay no mind though. All he needed was to wet his whistle. He dismounted his horse, hitching him to the bike rack outside the Senior Frogs. You're a fine steed, Marcus, he said to the beast as he gently patted its rump. Yeah, Marcus is a fine steed. Oh yeah. Ignore me. Ignore me. As he made his way into the saloon. Oh. Ooh. Can't read. The jingle of his spurs and the click-clack of his stiletto's heels turned the head of every partner in the joint. The cowpoke didn't pay no mind, though. All he needed was to wet his whistle. With a mighty sigh, the cowpoke sat himself down on top of the counter. Say, bub, he bellowed jovialantly to the bartender. How about you sit me up with a sparsalilla? The bartender looked up and gave a sour frown. No can do, chum. The cowpoke removed his hat and mopped his brow with a cocktail napkin. He was getting very thirsty by this point. Well, why not? Because, replied the bartender, we don't serve ghosts. Oh, so creepy. That was spooky. No, not really. Okay. Are you going to get on the computer? Connecting? Welcome to... Whoa! Taco Lover has entered the chat. No, BB84. Sup, Taco? I'm not reading that name. McKinley 420. Yo. 420 is kind of, too. Eduardo Disobedience. Looks like we are all here. Taco, where's the man about the hour? BB. Hell, he be here soon enough. Sean never misses opportunity to mess with Gary. McKinley, it's like 1 a.m. I don't think Sean is coming. Eduardo, this blues goats are going to bed. Blues goats, that's a new one, but I like that. Alright. Taco, alright, guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. What the heck? Darn it, must have been a power surge. I was just going to go to bed, but I should probably reset the breaker in the basement. I can access the basement via the kitchen. Okay. So, let's check everything in the room again. Well, shame on you. Okay. That's also I'm playing. My clothes are in there! His favorite poster, so. What happens if I reread the Haunted Cowpoke? I'm just going to blah 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 blah. Excuse me, guys. Oh, nothing. Okay. So let's go in here. Lacey's room. This must be his sister. Okay. Don't go through my closet. See that Lacey's got her Christmas wardrobe on display. Don't diss my clues. What's the deal? The power just went out all of a sudden. Spooky. These beds are really long. I bet this drawer is full of Lacey garments. You're being a creepo. Knock it off. Lacey garments. Lacey's computer is dark and silent, just like the rest of the house. It doesn't respond. Get away from my computer, you nerdlinger. Her insults are... They're number one. There's a book here, The Cursed Milkshake. Maybe I should give it a quick scan. Should I do the milkshake or the deviled eggs? I did the deviled eggs when I wasn't recording. I'll do the deviled eggs. Just so you guys see. There's a book here. The Chefronomicon. That literally just sounds bad. Maybe I should give it a quick skim. Yes. It sounds like you're gonna summon a demon. Here you have been invited to a potluck dinner. Before you accept this gracious honor, make sure you've decided on a suitable dish to bring. One quick, easy, and cost-efficient option is a deviled egg. These bright and cheerful embryonic ovals are known to put a smile on everyone's face, and they'll disappear faster than emaciated corpse, the presence of a circular vulture. Oh my god, that whole sentence there. Deviled eggs are so ingrained into our culture that they've become a symbol of unending love. They're particularly popular on Valentine's Day. I wouldn't mind having deviled eggs on Valentine's Day. I mean, chocolate's nice, but so would be some deviled eggs. Ah, why not? I feel this throbbing in the center of my brain. Continue reading. Yes. Recipe for deviled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, cut them lengthwise, mustard mayonnaise, paprika, blah blah blah. It like repeats mustard mayonnaise, paprika. It's like a. It's like. As I said, he summoned a deviled egg demon! I don't really remember what else happened that night. It could have been very important. A few weeks later was Sean's funeral. It was a beautiful memorial and Gary gave a touching eulogy. It was really nice of him to let bygones be bygones. I brought a plate of my signature deviled eggs. They were like hotcakes. The secret is to add a pinch of Tabasco to the egg yolks. Also, don't use too much mayo. Otherwise, I get runny and gross. Ending 3. But deviled. Right. Well, we're gonna try for a different ending. And this is right after the power went out. Maybe I should forget about the power outage and just go to bed. Sure. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. That night, I had a tedious anxiety dream. In it, someone named Roger Augustus posted pictures of himself on Facebook snorting drugs surrounded by hookers and then tagged a picture as me. Oh my god, what? My dad, who was the Genesis rooster serpent god Aparaxis, grounded me. He kept yelling at me for taking drugs to find women. I kept trying to explain that it wasn't me, but he wouldn't believe me. That's when I woke up. The power must have came back on by itself overnight because the home shopping network was blaring away on the TV. They were selling samurai swords. I thought about buying one, but then I remembered that I didn't have a credit card. Wait, wasn't I telling a story? Oh well. Ending 2, no credit blues. Well, nobody died in that one. I'm gonna go to this one, which is before the power goes out, and see what happens if he goes to bed. Before he joins the chat. I had a most particular dream that night. In the dream, I had a job interview at a video rental shop. That music's weird. As an employee was leading me to the interview room, I remarked it. Hey, good thing I don't have any piercings or tattoos, huh? I guess I'm a shoo-in. When we entered the back room, I heard a gurgling sound coming from behind a plastic curtain. The employee pulled it back to reveal a fat, naked man sprawled on a bed with a long hair with thin man pressed tightly against his flabby chest. What? Boss, you're supposed to be interviewing this gentleman. The employee exclaimed. The fat man gurgled. Now I'm drunk. And that's when I woke up. The next day was relatively uneventful, but I can't shake the feeling that I was forgetting something. Ending 1, a good night's sleep. Oh my god! So I got 1, 2, and 3. I wonder if I can leave his room before he gets on the computer. It's almost midnight, there's no time to mess around. Okay, so no, we cannot. No, we cannot. So what I'm gonna do is just speed through this here. And whatever. Okay. So we couldn't leave the room before the power went out, so there's no way to get it ending that way. So this time we're gonna read the milkshake book and see what happens. Or should we read the egg and like quit and see what happens? Okay, I'm gonna try that when he starts having the throbbing. Okay. No. Shake hands, put the backpack on the shelf. The throb in my head quickly leaving me with nothing but a strong anger for deviled eggs. Phew. Okay, so that was nothing. Nothing. I don't think that was nothing. So we're gonna read the milkshake one. The cursed milkshake. Maybe I should give it a quick skim. There are plenty of places to get a good milkshake in this town. Dairy King, Bucklebee's, even Big Lamar's milkshakes off of I-35. But there's one place I'd recommend you avoid. Just west of South Lake Park lays a rundown old mini mall. It was all the usual thing that you expect to find. Chickadee trophies, Apollo wigs, and a liquor store just called Liquor Store. Well, that's a heck of a name for a liquor store. At the end of the strip, though, is a small shop with no name. Its windows are so dark with tobacco stains that you can't see inside, but a sign hanging on the door reads, "Open 24/7." When you step inside, you'll be greeted by the owner, a small, rotund fellow named Herbert. They say he's a voodoo practitioner from Branson. A voodoo practitioner? Is that a voodoo doctor? Ooh. Herbert sells nothing but milkshakes of different flavor. He asks you to pick a flavor. You pay an exact change only. If you select a strawberry milkshake, you'll simultaneously combust. Ho! If you select a blueberry milkshake, all your blood will drain from your body. My God! If you ask for anything else, Herbert will request that you leave. I don't know what happens if you don't have exact change. That was toe curling. Wow. Okay. What's in here? The door leads to my parents' bedroom. After dark, horrors beyond one's wildest imagination take place in there. Open the door. Is this something I'm gonna have to blur out? The bizarre light envelopes me, blinding my eyes and the top of my skin. I was over in an instant. I found myself floating in a void of nothingness. Ending for beyond comprehension. I guess that was how a kid would feel about that situation. Okay, that was in 4, so... Is there anything on the... Okay, no. Oops. What is this? This? Oh, okay, the bathroom. My reflection stares back at me from the mirror. Okay, nothing important. The tub is empty, save for a few stray hairs and beads of moisture. Okay. Don't forget to wipe. Okay! That's an odd place to have a bathroom, I think. Because this leads outside, right? Yeah! I don't know if I should go outside yet. It's like 1 a.m. Why would he go outside? Okay, this is the kitchen. Okay. Yuki. Yuki. Okay. Trash can, nothing. Sink, nothing. With the power out, I can't use the oven. Okay, now. Can't use the microwave either. Why didn't you say nothing about that? If I don't get the power back on soon, all my fudge sickles about. Aw. The phone's dead too. Man, what a pain. Of course the phone would be dead. The power's out. Okay. Let's go in here. What? You got barrels down here? Oh, is this a pool table? I'm supposing. I'm guessing. I don't know. Open the box to find 100 toilet cleaners. Discets. They seem a bit excessive. Shall I take one with me? Sure, why not? I slip a toilet discet into my pocket. You never know when the toilet hygiene disaster may strike. Okay, whatever. I am going to save at this point because I don't know. Okay. One of these have got to be the... No matter how many times I flip the circuit breaker, the power just won't come back on. The phone? Oh, you're right, this is pointless. So the phone? It sounds awfully weird for the phone. Oh, it's ringing off the hook, literally. Hello? Oh, this turned into hello, hello. You've reached 1-900 Gary for all your Gary needs. You're through to the big man himself. Okay, I'll ask about it. Life is life. Death is death. Gary is Gary. Boy, I'm going to get you in my trap, and there will be no escape. Because when you mess with Gary, you're playing with fire. Oh crap. I quickly slammed the receiver down. Does this mean Gary knows where I live? What does he want with me? He should be after Sean. What's that sound? Oh, it was in the house, whatever that sound was. This doesn't look good. The awful sound seems to be coming from within the toilet. I better be prepared. Oh no! Mirrors mismatched 1,000 mouths frown back towards. Prepare yourself for the toilet monster. I look at the toilet bowl. It's unusually dark. In fact, it's pitch black in there, except I think I can see something gold glittering within the bowl. Throw the cleansing dish. Talk to the toilet. Reach into the toilet. Slam the lid. Talk to the toilet. Is somebody in there? Uh-oh. Gotcha. Oh no! Dressed in his favorite Speedo sunglasses, they point next to Gary stepped out of his front door and took a deep breath. As a smooth summer wind, he beamed, the perfect weather to wax the Gary-mobile. As he began to buff the hood of his prized automobile, a man approached him. Gary didn't know the man's name, but he recognized him as a neighbor. My son's been missing since last night, said the man with a pained expression on his face. You haven't seen him, have you? Gary looked at the man with a concerned expression. Can't say that I have, neighbor. I'm sure. Sorry to hear that. I'll sure keep my eyes peeled for their boy. Say, ain't that the third kid who's gone missing in the past few weeks? Gary asked the man. Fourth? You don't think there's a predator around, do you? Ooh, excuse me. I think there is. Gary smiled at the man. Here. In Overland Pond, here's a nice neighborhood. Assuming the worst ain't gonna help you much. I'm sure your boy's out there safe and sound. Probably just don't want to eat his broccoli. The man returned Gary's word with a pained smile. You're right. You're probably right. I'll keep looking. Thank you for your help. You just keep a cool head, sir. You'll find your boy. As the man walked away, Gary began wiping down his headlights. He was going to have the cleanest car in the cul-de-sac. And the babes were going to love him for it. Ending 5, Gary's summer vacation. Wow. I'm sure there's more endings, but I'm going to end this here. And I will leave a link to this game in the description below, as always. And I shall make another part of this for more of the endings. And so, look forward to that. And I shall see you next time. Bye-bye. See Death and Doll. Death and Doll? It like changed. Punch, punch. No, no. What? Yeah, the death. But what? How do I pronounce it? Moshiki? Moshiki.